Welcome, yogi, to this chair yoga practice in which we'll look to move the spine in all of its range of motion. We'll stretch your neck and shoulders and also into your hips and your legs, as well as adding a little bit of strength work for the legs. If you do have a yoga block, have it close by. If you don't have one, it's okay. I'll give you some options of what to do when we're using it. We're going to begin sitting comfortably in a chair, away from the back of a chair if you can. And we'll start with our breath, so if you'd like to close your eyes, you can do so. Relax your shoulders. Feel like you've got a sense of dignity in your posture, upright through your crown. And for a start, just start to notice, your breath. Notice what it's like when you're breathing naturally. If you breathe in and out through your nose or your mouth, if a breath is deep or if it's shallow. Is there a fluidity to the breath, or does it stop and start a little bit? Does it pause? And invite your breath to get a little bit deeper if you can. Down into the belly. If you can breathe in and out through your nose for this practice, you could start that now. Breathing into the belly, into the chest, lovely full breath. And slowly out. Take your time. Let the exhale be complete. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling fully. Relax your shoulders. Another one of those, please. Full breath into your belly, into the chest, and out from your chest, and from your belly. We'll try and maintain a full breath throughout our practice if we can. We'll start to move. Put your right hand to your inner right knee and put your left hand on your hip. Breathe in, sit up tall. And as you exhale, twist your torso to the left and look all the way back past your left shoulder. Keep your torso in position there and look forwards over your right shoulder. Take a big breath in. So your head just moving side to side. And as you exhale, look back again over your left shoulder. Turn forwards for your breath in. Hands on your knees. Lift up your chin and your chest. Arch your whole back. And as you exhale, round your back, chin towards your chest. Sitting up to neutral. Tilt your head to the right. Relax both of your shoulders. Take a breath in. And when you exhale, gently turn your chin down towards your right collarbone. Lift your head back up to neutral. And tilt it over to the left. Lovely deep breath in. And as you exhale, again, you tilt your head down towards your left collarbone, chin towards your left collarbone. Lovely, come back up. Left hand inside of the left knee, right hand to hip, a little bit of pressure with the left hand to help you turn, resist the knee into the hand and look back. Look forwards, deep breath in, and look back again. Turning forwards, hands on top of the thighs and knees, arch your whole back, breathe into belly and chest, and round your back. Come back up to neutral. Shoulders relax down. Tilt your head to the left. Breathe in. And your chin tucks down slightly towards your collarbone again. Lift your head back up and over to the right. Shoulders down. Gently stretch, chin towards the chest, towards that right side. Good, come on up. Right hand inside of right knee, left hand to the hip. Breathe in and turn to the left again. Look all the way back, just like we did on round one. Turn forwards with the head, looking over your right side. And back again. So just lots of movement here into the neck and the upper back. Hands to the knees, pick up chin and chest, deep breath in, and a lovely big round. Pull it back up to center. Tilt your head to the right. And this time, If it feels safe to you, slightly lift your chin up and back to the right. If that doesn't feel good in your neck, you can always do the same one that we did on the first round, where we lowered it down instead. See how that feels into this front left side of your neck. And come back down carefully. Try the other side over to the left. And either hold here, or if it feels okay, a little lift up through the chin. Relax your shoulders, relax your elbows, your hands, your forehead. Come back to center. Let's go into the other side. Left hand to inner left knee, right hand to hip. Breathe in, get tall. Exhale, turn to the right. Look all the way back. And look forwards. Just as far as you can comfortably. And look back. Good. Back to center, hands to knees or thighs. Pick up chin and chest. Arch your whole back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest as high as you can. And into the round. Back to neutral. Tilt your head to the left. And your choice. You can go with either of the variations we've done before. I'm going to lift again gently. But if that didn't feel great to you, take one of the other variations that did. And carefully come back to center. Over to the right. And a little lift or lower. Whatever felt best to you. Fantastic. Come back down. Back to neutral. Sit up nice and tall. Widen your feet. Elbows to your knees. Exhale. And so this is our forward fold for a start. You might choose to stay here, especially if you're feeling really tight in your lower back. You could also, at this point, use a block or anything else that'll bring the ground up to you for your hands. Or if you're comfortable with it, let your hands come all the way down to the floor. It can be fingertips or palms. Let's take a few breaths here. Directing your attention into the back of your body and into breathing all the way down into the low back, as if you could breathe into the very lowest part of your back. Just another deep breath here, yogi. Come on up. Elbows to knees can help. And the hands to the knees, pushing yourself all the way up, wiggle your feet back in. Let's cross, if you can, right leg up and over the left. Now, if this doesn't feel good in your knees or your hips, you can cross at the ankles or not at all, okay? So pick the variation that works in your body today. We're going to take our left hand up to the ceiling and over to the right. Sit nice and heavy through this left side of your bum. Get a lovely big side stretch here. So now we're going into lateral stretches in your spine. We did a little bit of twisting in that first part. Now we're coming into the lateral spinal movement. And we'll come up, bring the hands to a prayer position. Lift your elbows up nice and high, and we'll rotate again. Turn your chest and hands to the right. Let's do that a couple of times, yogi. Turn forwards. Take your left hand up and over into the side stretch. You can look straight ahead of you. Sometimes it can feel safest on the neck to look down. Also best on your balance there if you feel a little bit wobbly. Or looking up can feel good to some people. You can pick. Come back up, hands to prayer. Lift them up high and rotate to the right. So this is using your core strength to rotate now, rather than any application of pressure through the arms. Turn forwards. Final one. Take your arm up and over. Big side stretch, back to the center, hands to prayer. And turn to the right, holding here for 5. Nice and strong in your core. 4, that right shoulder, pull in towards the spine. 3, 2, and 1. We'll turn forwards. Expand your arms out wide like wings. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift up the chest. And wrap your right arm under your left. Now, some of you are going to hold the shoulders. That might feel just right to stretch your back of your shoulders here. Others of you are able to wrap your hands into eagle arms, which is right hand into left palm. That can be a lot if you've got strong or tight shoulders. So either a hug or eagle arms. I'm going to go with the hug today. Take a deep breath in and then a gentle lean forwards towards the knees. Good, twice more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, soften forwards. One more time, lifting up and lean forwards. Holding that lean forwards, take a deep breath into the low back again, just like we did in the fold a minute ago. Let it go. Lovely. Sit up, stretch your arms out wide again, like those wings, chest picks up, hands pulled back. Lovely, stretch into your front and release your hands down and uncross your legs. Let's try your other side. Cross your left over your right. And a reminder, if your left knee over right doesn't feel good, you can go with this crossed ankle position, or no cross at all is also perfectly fine. So find your position in your legs. We'll take your right hand up this time and over the top into your side stretch. You can hold onto the chair for a bit of support. Let's get a lovely expansion through your ribs, the waist, into the underarm. Good. And we come up, we bring our hands together, lift up your elbows high, breathe in. It helps to breathe out when you're twisting. Exhale, rotate to the left. Good, come back to center. Release your hands, right hand goes over the top into your side stretch. And I should have said on the other side, if lifting your hand doesn't feel really good in your shoulder, you can always put your hand onto your opposite collarbone and side stretch with that. So don't cause any pain in the shoulders in these practices. Stretch is fine. Hands come to prayer. Elbows come up. Exhale, twist. Come back to center. Last one. Side stretch it. Let's pause for a moment there. Breathe into your right ribs. And out. And we'll come back up. Hands to prayer. We'll hold this one. So elbows up. Rotate and hold for 5. Try to breathe while you're here. Yogi 4. Strong shoulders 3. Left shoulder's doing the lion's share of work 2. I'll keep counting, sorry. 1. Back to center. That's it. Arms out wide. Like wings. Pull the elbows and hands back, 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 back. And left arm comes under the right and hold either your shoulders. Same options apply as they did in the last round. You can keep your hands here on your shoulders. This will stretch between your shoulder blades. Or you can wrap your left fingertips into your right palm. So we'll hold for a moment. Breathing in, lifting up. And as you exhale, lean forwards. And lift it up, please, Yogi. And round it forwards gently. One more time. And round forwards. Good. Take it an extra breath here as you're leaning forwards. And let that breath go. Good. Come on up. Stretch your arms out wide, as far back as they'll go. And bring it all in. Uncross your legs. Let's do a little bit of strength for the legs. And so you might at this point use your block. And you'll pop it in front of you. If you don't have a block, you can do this with a book. You could do it with nothing at all. You could put a small dog there and try and go over the top of that if it wouldn't mind, if it'll stay still. So we're going to stretch your right leg out and your block is as far away as your heel is. Okay, so the foot's going to go out to the side of a block. You're going to sit up tall and away from the back of your chair. I don't know, you might not see from this angle, but I'm perched quite far forwards on my chair so that I've got plenty of range of motion available in the leg. So if you can be shimmied forwards a little bit, that'll access what we're doing here to strengthen the quad muscles, the fronts of the legs. These are independence muscles, the ones that pick your feet up when you walk, okay? So point through your toes, sit up nice and tall and almost trying to lean forwards a bit. Your hands can rest on your left knee. Pick up your right foot as high as you can. Give a block a little tap, just lightly, and into the center. There we go. Lift up and go all the way back over to your starting position. We'll do a few of those, 5 altogether. Lift up, tap, lift high and to the center, and all the way back up and over to the start. This can make this quad cramp a little bit if you're not used to doing this, so give it a rub if that happens. Come up, tap, up to the inside, Remember to breathe. Lift all the way to the outside. And again, lift, tap, lift, in. All the way to the outside. Last one coming up, yogi. Here we go. Lift, tap, try to not lean back, lift, in, all the way up and over to the outside. Well done. Bring it in. If you need to give that right leg a bit of a rub, give it some love. And let's go straight into the other side before we stretch that out. So we'll put your block in front of your left foot. Same thing, if you don't have a block, you can just be tapping the floor. That's absolutely fine. You are still activating these same muscles. Left foot out to the side, right leg gets a rest now. Put your hands onto that right thigh. Point your toes. Be strong in your core, your belly. Lift up your foot as high as you can comfortably. Tap your block to the inside. There we go. All the way to the outside, up and over. 4 more times. You can do this. Lift, tap, lift, in. Just do as many as you can do comfortably. And all the way to the outside. There we go. Lift, tap, lift, and in. And all the way to the outside. 2 more. A little lift, soft bump to the inside. And to the outside. Starting point. Last one. Lift, tap, lift, and in. You're doing good. Even if your leg's getting tired, you're doing great. Come on up, out to the outside. That's it. You made it. Bring that foot in. If you want to give that left leg a little bit of a rub, I'm going to give them a nice side lunge stretch now to stretch out the same muscles you were just activating. Turn yourself to the right on your chair. Now, your right thigh is as much on your chair as you can. You've got your right hand on the back of a chair, so you've got lots of stability. And your left hand might also hold that front edge of the chair. Place your right heel under your knee, and it's off the side here of your chair. And your left leg might be straight down. This is a nice starting point. Some people's even a little bit further forward, also a nice starting point. But if you can, you start to stretch that left leg back a bit to come into a lunge shape. So all of your weight is through this right thigh in the chair, nice and supported. Lift up your chest. Press that left foot back a little bit. We're looking to stretch all the way up the front left side of the body here. If it feels okay to you, stretch this left hand up. Just to add that little bit extra length and hold for 3. And 2. And 1. Release your left hand down. Bend your left knee. If you don't move your feet too much, sometimes you can just sweep over to the other side and let your left heel come right in underneath the left knee. Hold onto the chair with both hands. Make sure you've got plenty of chair under your left thigh and stretch your right leg back. And a reminder, it might be that for a start, if you've got a little bit of tightness in the front of this leg or in your hip, it might be that straight down is perfect. Okay. If you can go back a bit, have a little go. But just see what feels safest and best in your legs. Lift up your chest. If it feels good, also lift up the right hand. Just pausing here for a couple of breaths. And bring your hand down. Turn yourself forwards again in space. Now this is where your block might be useful. We're going to pop it down in front of us, wiggle the feet into about a hip distance, and you might need to shimmy all the way back on your chair so that you've got enough traction from which to move. You've got your block right there in front of you, fingertips on it, and you can either hold here and relax down into a forward fold. We did one of those earlier in our seat. Or if it feels okay, now pick up your hips and use the block under your fingertips. If you don't have a block, you're going to move your chair around to under the hands instead if you can't comfortably touch the floor. So we want something under our hands so that we feel safe as we fold. Just take a couple of breaths here, please, yogi, in a forward fold. Gentle stretch through the back of the legs. Good. Soften your knees. Push through your feet, stand your way up. Roll your shoulders back a couple of times. And we're going to change orientation on our mats now. I'm going to stay facing you, but you're going to turn to face the side of your mat. And you're going to put your chair along the side of your mat so that the chair top is right there for you to hold whenever you need it. Okay, so you're in the center of your mat, short edges to the right and left of you, and the chair right in front of you. We're going to step our feet as wide as we can, within reason. So a nice wide stance there in the feet. We'll turn right foot forwards. I'm like a mirror here to you. Right foot forwards and into a warrior two. Okay, so that right knee bends and is over the ankle or a little bit behind. You've got the chair there to help you. You can stretch your right hand forwards, or if you want to, you can add the left hand also. Okay, and you've always got the chair there if you need it. So grab onto the chair anytime you feel a little wobbly. We're going to do a little bit of movement through the hip and strengthen the leg and ankle. So you'll straighten your right leg as you breathe in, and as you exhale, you'll bend that knee again. 4 more times with that, please, yogi. Straighten and bend. Straighten, arms nice and strong, and bend. Make sure that that knee is tracking straight towards the toes if you can. Straighten, and that it's not going too far forwards over that ankle. And straighten and bend and hold there. Take another deep breath in and out. Good. Bring your hands in. Turn to the chair. A strong step in, right foot, left foot. You're standing tall. Pick that right foot up and place it on your inner calf. So you're coming into tree pose. Left leg strong, left glute strong, a little bit of a squeeze in your bum, a little bit of engagement in your belly. Widen across your collarbones. Feel like someone put a book on the top of your head. And your chair is right there to help you. And if you feel safe enough to do so, you can pick up your left hand. If you're feeling very balanced, you can be on just one single fingertip, or maybe even put the right hand also to prayer in front of you. If you wobble out, you use the chair to catch yourself, or you step out. One more deep breath. Do your best, is good. There we go, yogi. Release out, nice and easy. And we'll widen the feet again. So into a lovely wide stance. We'll turn your left toes towards the short end of your mat. Again, I'm like a mirror to you guys here. Left knee bends. So as long as you're doing your other side, it's good. Left knee is bent. Comes over the ankle, not too far forwards. Just if it doesn't quite make it to the ankle, that's okay too. Left arm out. If you feel balanced enough, right arm out too. We're not leaning forwards into the future. We're sort of stacked shoulders over hips. Everything feels good. Stretch your left leg straight and exhale, let it bend. And you're strengthening here the knee, the ankle, the hip. Straighten the leg. Exhale and bend. You might glance down. If you hold the chair while you glance down, make sure that knee is going as straight forwards as you can. Exhale, bend, and that foot is still going straight ahead of you there. 2 more times. Straighten and bend. Last one. Bend and hold your warrior two. This will also strengthen your arms, having them out there. Turn a little bit into your belly, a little bit of a hug up and in. Breathe. Fantastic. Hands come back in. Hold onto the chair. Turn your toes to the side. Left foot steps in. Right foot steps in. Pick up your left foot and place your foot onto your calf or your toes onto the ground. Hold onto the chair for balance. Open that left knee out to the side. A little squeeze in your right side of your bum. Get taller again. Feel good posture through your neck and shoulders. Look straight ahead of you. Fix your gaze on one single point, and maybe you keep both your hands onto the chair for today. If you're feeling balanced, you can pick up your right hand into a half prayer position. If you feel like you've caught the balance using all of your right foot, you could put your left hand into prayer position also. Don't worry if you take a step out, just come back in, have another go. It takes some time to build balance, and some days it's just really difficult. Very good, yogi. Hands to the chair, step on out. And so now turn your chair to face you, so your chair seat is facing you. I'm going to turn to face the side here so you can see best what's going on. So facing the seat of your chair. Doesn't matter your orientation to your mat, wherever you're comfortable facing. Take a deep breath in and fold forwards, hands starting at the seat of a chair. And just like we did a few minutes ago, if you want to go a little bit lower, you could use your block. You can use your block at any height, of course. If you can comfortably touch the floor without rounding your spine, without overreaching, you're welcome to do that, but the chair, the block are really lovely places to stretch also. And so you find a comfortable height where you can sustain and breathe, and we'll bend just the right knee. So your left leg stays straight, your right heel stays on the ground, and your right knee bends. And that will make this right hip drop lower than your left. And just take a few breaths with your attention on the outer left leg and waist and hip. Straighten out right leg. And do the same thing on the other side. Left knee bends, the left heel stays on the floor, right leg stays straight. So your left hip will drop lower than your right. And come back up. This time, you'll bend your right knee, your right hand stays flat on the chair, left heel is down, both heels are down in fact, and take your left hand up to the ceiling for a twist. And release that left hand down, bend your left knee and straighten your right leg, and take your right hand up. You can look down at the chair, you can look straight out to the side, or you can glance up a little bit. Just be careful of your balance if you look up. And release your hand down. That's it. Carefully make your way back up to standing, bend your knees, push your feet, and we're going to come back to sitting. And this is another one where your block could be useful to you. A dictionary would do the same thing, a big book, anything like that. We're going to step the feet wide. This is a hip stretch, our final pose. Feet are going to be wide, toes turned out. I'm going to put the right foot up on your block. Okay, so you've got a little bit of elevation through that right foot. Anything will work as long as it's solid and stable. And if you don't have a block or anything to put your foot on, a wide-legged fold without any elevation is just as good. Take a deep breath in, lift up your chest. And as you exhale, start to fold forwards then. You're just reaching your fingertips down bit by bit towards the floor. I'll take a few breaths here. So you may feel this anywhere at all. There's lovely deep compression happening in that right hip flexor. It's lifted. It can be quite intense for some. And then carefully use your left elbow on your left knee to help push you out. Right hand to right knee. Sit your way up. Slide your right foot off your block. Get your block and put it underneath your left foot, still out to the side there. Exactly the same thing on the other side. You take a deep breath in, get your spine to lengthen out, crown of a head up. Keep your spine nice and long, lean forwards. You might stop with your elbows on your knees, or you could be able to reach down, fingertips to the floor. If you have a second block, it might be useful then, or even palms down, wherever you're comfortable. And again, just experiencing the benefit of deep compression in the left hip now. And carefully help yourself up. Right elbow, right knee, left elbow, left knee, hands to knees. Wiggle your feet in off the block. That's it, yogi. And we can sit back comfortably. If you like to take your shavasana, your relaxation, lying down, if you can comfortably get down to the ground, maybe put your calves up onto your chair, thread your feet through the back of a chair. That can be a really nice way to relax at the end of your practice. If you're not comfortable getting down to the ground, you can join me in simply sitting back in your chair comfortably. A few last little wiggles and adjustments. Close your eyes. Just let your body have a few minutes of stillness after the movements of your practice. So you're aware of your toes, you relax your toes, soles of your feet, tops of your feet. Relax your ankles, your calves. Soften your knees and your thighs. Make sure there's no tension still lingering in the glutes or the pelvis. And your belly is soft, so your breath can move easily. In fact, for the next couple of breaths, just watch your belly move, expanding on the inhale and gently pulling back on the exhale. You don't have to control the breath in any way. It's returned to its natural rhythm and depth, relaxed and at ease. You relax your shoulders, the arms, upper arms, forearms into the hands. If you're lying down, just let the hands rest where they're comfortable. If you're seated, perhaps turn the palms up in your lap, just to relax the hands even more. Relax your jaw, your forehead, and soften your eyes. Let yourself just be for a couple of minutes. And you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If you want a little longer in relaxation, you can just press pause. Stay here as long as you like. That's it. And take a deep breath in. Stretch your arms out like you're going in for a big hug. Bring your hands into a prayer position in front of you. Let all of the breath go. You might sit up away from the back of your chair. Let's take a moment to silently thank yourself for coming to your mat today. And together, let's take one more full breath in. and out. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this chair yoga class today. If you like more of these classes, let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe and like this video.